Hey, what's going on, guys? I know it's been a little bit since I've been up here, but I had to take some time off to get things in order uh, to bring this word to you guys because it's really heavy. And today marks a very, very powerful day, guys. And if you look at today's date, it comes to 8/3/2025, right? You got 8/3, and then if you take the 2/2, you turn that to 4, then you got 5, 8/3/4/5. Well, if you scramble that, you got 483 5. Well, that right there, guys, was equivalent to the 5 hours that Adam was in paradise. Today marks the day of the 483. Today begins the 7-year tribulation. This is what God's brought to me, guys. I was wrong before about my projection in it, and now I see why. And it's because, I should have waited in order to receive what I just received from the Lord. And for like a whole hour, my freaking alarm, my fire alarm was going off in my room. My fire alarm and my daggone carbon monoxide. And mine was the only one that was going off in the whole building. The whole building. And there's no reason it should have been going off. So that right there let me know that the Lord's saying, okay, my boy, it's time. So the Lord's saying, guys, it's time to get it together. Some things are getting ready to happen. It's getting ready to get real, guys. It's getting ready to get really, really heavy. And I want you to know now that God is with us, though. Emmanuel, that Hebrew number 644, Christ is with us, guys. God is with us. And know this now that, if you truly believe in the Son, because the only way to the Father is through the Son. If you truly believe in the Son, death is going to hold no power over you. You're not going to be afraid of what's getting ready to go down. You're not going to be afraid to be decapitated. You're not going to be afraid of the things that are getting ready to happen, because you know, without a shadow of a doubt, that God's got you. That this is only for this time. And I'm going to tell you now, it's going to be far better to suffer for the name and to die for the name of Christ and for the testimony of Christ than it is to be fearful because you don't want to die, because you're not sure about what's going to happen after you die. You're not sure about, many things. But I'm going to tell you this now. And I promise you this. I promise you this on my soul. On my soul. I promise you this. That if you believe, you will never die. Though the flesh, this body, this tent may die, your soul will live forever. But your soul will either be going to hell or it's going to be going to eternity in heaven. That, my friend, is up to you. I can guide you. I can help you. I can show you the way. Christ is the only way, guys. Jesus Christ, there's no other name under heaven that's going to save you. But I'm going to tell you now is the time to start believing in the gospel, to turn to God, and to believe in his Son. Now is the time. I'm going to tell you right now. And, I've been working on this, and it's going to take a little bit because I just started putting this together because I didn't even know it. I'm going to be honest with you. It didn't even hit me because, like I said, guys, I had a completely different projection. Completely different projection. But he also said that the time wouldn't come unless the rebellion comes first. So that could also be a part of this. So I'm thinking that, they know that some things are getting ready to go down, and they're hyping the game up. You know what I'm saying? They're speeding it up. So I'm like this. Now is the time. Christ is coming. And if you do not believe, you will burn. You will perish. You will either be fearful. You will either, you'll have to live with this for eternity. People worry about suffering in their flesh now, but think about your spirit that will suffer for eternity. Your spirit that God breathed into you. This is what will suffer for eternity. Your memories of being with the Spirit, holding this, being a part. This is you. This is God in you. This will be tortured forever. So it's up to you to either be in pure bliss or to be in total condemnation and pure torture and hell forever. That's completely up to you guys. But I'm going to tell you now is the time. Like I said, I thought it was completely different, but then he said, look at the date. And then I just posted a picture. On my thing too. He said, go to this picture and look at why I made you take a screenshot of this. Look at the time. Look at the numbers on here. Decipher it. Decode it. And I did, and then bam. So I wrote it out for you guys. And this is the Lord. You don't got to believe me. You don't have to listen to me. It just does not matter, guys. But I'm going to tell you now that it's begun. The fig tree has its branches are tender. It's put forth its shoots. And we know the fig tree has to deal with the enemy. We know the fig tree has to deal with, and the branches deal with the demons, the evil spirits that are in the world. We know that deals with the children, the leaves, the children of the devil. Genesis chapter 3, verse 18, 1045 is the corresponding numbers. Okay, that's now, guys. 9, 14, and then 5. That's now. That's the 10, 4, 5. I can't make it up. Now is the time, guys, to believe the gospel, to believe that Christ came and died for your sins, and to be saved. Because the end of all things is at hand. People want to call me crazy. They want to call me delusional. But hey, guess what? When things start happening and going on in this world, then they're gonna be like, "Oh man, should have listened to the dude. Should have listened to the guy who got tattoos on his face. Got a nose ring in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, this is me. This is who I am. You know what I'm saying? I've been here many a times. This is how God called me to be. This is who God called me, and how God called me to reach His people. You don't have to believe me. I don't care if nobody believes me, but watch. Things are getting ready to start happening. Things are getting ready to start going down. And you mark my words, from this day forward, from this day, watch what happens in 1,260 days. Okay? From this day, August the 3rd, 2025, 1,260 days. Watch what happens on this day, okay? And that's going to come out to January 14th of 2029, okay? So that's 1549, 1549, okay? Which is also 649 or 946, okay? Which also deals with who? Cain. That's the corresponding numbers under Cain in chapter 4, verse 15. Go look at it. 946. I can't make it up. So January 14th of 2029. Okay? All right. Watch what happens on that day. All right. So it's getting ready to get really bad, guys, because the image of the beast from Revelations, chapter 13, verse 14, which also comes to 4:5, by the way. The one who deceives those who dwell on the earth by signs which he has been granted to do in the sight of the beast, telling those who dwell on the earth to make an image to the beast, who was wounded by the sword and lived. Now, we're talking about the image of the beast who was wounded by the sword and lived. So now we know we're talking about the devil, okay? Because he was wounded by the sword and still yet lived, right? So, this false prophet has been already, out here with his minions and everything, because you got to remember the spirit. We don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, rulers of this dark age, spiritual wickedness in heavenly places, right? So, we know that this has already been going on. And the mark of the beast is not really what you think it is. The mark of the beast it has to deal with those who cannot confess Jesus Christ. So those who cannot confess that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, that Jesus Christ is Lord. I confess and believe that Jesus Christ is Lord. I confess that Jesus Christ is coming in the flesh. I confess that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh. I'm going to tell you right now, those that cannot confess this, these are people that have already received the mark of the beast. Now I know why, they are allowed to confess Jesus Christ the third time. Because the third time, we're in the third week of the 7. Because creation was actually created in 3 weeks of 7 days. Okay? And you got to remember, 1 day is 1,000 years to God. So that means day 1, that's 1,000 years. Day 2, 1,000 years. Day 3, 1,000 years. Day 4, 1,000 years. Day 5, 1,000 years. So on and so forth to the 7. So that's why the 7 revolves in the form of 7,000. Well, 3 weeks of 7 comes to 21. That's 21,000. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't understand this, and that's because, we've been blinded. We've been, in the book of Adam and Eve, it speaks about, God bringing on them 72 strokes. Well, the first one was weakness of the eyes, being blinded. The second one was the hearing. So we haven't been able to see and to hear in the spirit because we've been blinded because of our sin, because we chose to not listen and obey. So now that time is coming. God is getting ready to pour his spirit out on some people, guys. And, it's already happening now. That's one of the reasons why I'm up here doing this. But this is what the good Lord brought to me, guys. And this is what he says, and he said he will cause as many who will not worship the image of the beast to be killed. Okay? Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. I'm telling you, do not be afraid, because you know who you serve. And when you know in your heart and in your mind, in your soul, and your spirit, your mind is your soul. Your spirit is your breath, what God breathed into you. Okay? Your mind, this is your heart. Because what comes out of man's mouth is what's in his mind, right? Comes out of his heart. So your heart is your mind, okay? Or your mind is your spirit. Your heart is also your mind, which is your the breath of God, which comes out, which this is what defiles you, okay? But understand this, that the time is now when things are getting ready to get really ugly. People are going to try to come against you. They're going to want to try and convert you over to who they are. Do not be afraid to die for the testimony of Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, because this will be counted to you as very righteous. This will be counted to you as more glorious than you can possibly imagine in the time to come, in the new age and the next one, because it's coming. True creation requires a real sacrifice. I'm going to say that again. True creation requires a real sacrifice. And this is why Christ came and died for us. He was that true sacrifice that created the real world, that made the real creation that is to come. The righteous children of God will rise. We're rising, guys. I'm telling you, now is the time. Do not fear the terror by night, nor the destruction that wastes at noonday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. It may come near you in the flesh. But so what? The spirit, it's your heart that God judges. And this is what will either live forever or be tormented forever. Which are you going to choose? Because now is the time. I'm going to wear death as a crown. I'm going to wear death as a crown. I don't know about you, but I'm going to wear death as a crown because I know I've conquered death. I'm going to wear death as a crown. I'm going to wear hell as my crown. You know why? Because the mind is hell. All spiritual warfare is fueled by deception, and it begins in the mind. This is why the devil attacks the mind so heavily, causes depression, anxiety, twists your thoughts, twists what you see, how you see things, to what people say. You must pay attention to these things. It's now. Now it's time to wake up, guys. But wear hell, wear death as a crown. Own it. Because you conquered it, because of what Christ did for you on the cross. He's got the keys to hell, guys. And they can't be taken away from him. Period. So I love you guys. I'm going to see you in the next one. Let this settle in. And just know, now is the time. It's here. I love y'all. Shalom, shalom.